In this episode, we talk coffee, crepes, and Cabernet. How's it going, everyone? Matt Leighton, and welcome back to another episode of the Arlington Insider, episode 6. I'm here at Oby Lee, a very cool spot to grab a bite to eat in Clarendon. I am joined by Ula. Ula, why don't you introduce yourself and in 20 seconds or less tell people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
My name is Ula Piotrowska. I'm from Poland, and I'm the owner of the Oby Lee. My fiance and I, we opened this business a long time ago, but in this location we are since 2012.
Perfect. So behind us you see wine, they also have coffee, there's crepes. As an overview, are you a winery, a creperie? Do people come here for coffee? When people think Oby Lee, why are they coming to Oby Lee? What stands out about you all?
Well, we will definitely consider ourselves as a combination of the winery and creperie. And the climate and the atmosphere really change during the day. Mm-hmm. So we have really strong breakfast. If you're gonna visit us during brunch hours on Saturday and Sunday, we're gonna have a line on the street, but then the climate a little bit change and we wind down a little bit, and then this machine that you are actually sitting next to it,
I'm putting my arm in, gonna have a wine stain.
Attraction.
Yeah.
And it's really unique. It's very European, and this European feel you can definitely see all around us. That's kind of the wine/soda machine.
Yeah.
Self-serve. You can use it. You get the card from us, and just feel free, taste the.
So it's just a wine taste. I see the prices on here: $2.50, $6.25, $12.50. So depending on how much you want, that's what you get.
Right. So the whole concept is that people are coming over here and they don't know too much about the wine, or they just try to explore the palate. And this machine is perfect for them because. It just gives you opportunity to try different wines, and as you say, you can choose different sizes, so you don't have to go and spend a lot of money for a full glass of wine. You can just go with the taste and try it. Just recently we started featuring like really expensive and high-end wines that usually you wouldn't see in the restaurant by glass.
Okay.
Just to give you the example, it's really difficult to find good quality Barolo by glass.
Yeah.
If you go to the restaurant, you have to expect that you're going to spend around $100 for a bottle. You're going to visit us, you're going to taste it.
Northern Italy, Barolo. They have some good wines there. Studied wine in Italy for about a month, so I'm an expert. At least that's what I tell myself. Nice Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. How's my accent?
That's very good.
I think it needs work. So this is pretty cool because the soda machines, like you were talking about, the new ones, you do Coke and then you do like vanilla, orange, yellow, like you have all these crazy different flavors and it appeals to everyone. This, if you like wine, I'm only looking at three good options. There's like maybe 12 in here that... 16. So you have plenty of different options. So, the first time I came here was probably a year ago, and I just got an espresso shot because I thought you just did coffee, and I come in here and you have like all these crazy different wines, and people were eating like full meals. So it really took me back because I had placed in my mind, okay, for coffee, I have my usual spots, and then I have Oby Lee. Clearly you offer so much more than that.
Definitely, and we try to keep our customers happy over here, and we always bring something new. So it's safe to say that every single time when you're going to visit us, we may surprise you. So as you said, we are not only creperie, we are not only the winery, but we are also the coffee roasters.
Yes.
And this is actually how we started our business back in 1989.
Okay.
As a coffee roaster.
Okay.
So my fiance, Oby, he's a coffee master, and he knows how to roast the coffee, and he has been successful since then.
Okay, so you started up at the beach up north of Bethany, or around that area.
It's Delaware.
And then you moved and you opened up shop here in 2012, you said?
Yes, that's correct.
So why Arlington? Why Arlington? Why Clarendon? What about this location? Because DC, it's a little more dense. Maybe Alexandria has higher clients. I don't know. Why Arlington?
So the answer is actually really easy. If you think about the Delaware and the tourist section, so the beaches of Delaware, you can see kind of the same pattern because the clientele and the customers are the same. The difference is they go to Delaware to travel or to relax, and they come over here back to normal life to work. So all this time, all those people, all our customers, they were asking us to bring Oby Lee to DC, Arlington, and this is how we started. We really want to explore something else. We really want to just find the new location, and we spent over a year to find a good location, good spot.
Yeah.
And we were actually thinking about where would be the best place to open the new location. We were thinking about Alexandria, we were thinking about the Arlington and DC as well. And we just decided, and like you say, location. So as you know, you're a realtor, it's really difficult to get good location in this neighborhood. Everything goes so fast, just like with the houses.
Right.
So we just got this location. We saw that it's for rent. We like the feel of the Clarendon. It's not as busy as maybe downtown of the DC, but has this nice mixture of the clientele, and it's like we feel like we can get everybody from the each angle. So
definitely, we're kind of right in the middle of everything in Clarendon. There's outside the big intersection. There's 5 roads. There's 10th Washington Blvd, Fillmore, and it's at that crazy massive intersection. So it's hard to miss the red drapes outside. Speaking of places in Clarendon, you chose this neighborhood. Your neighbor next door, Saycraft, unfortunately closed down recently, and other places have been closing down recently. How does that make you feel? Because on the one hand, you know, less competition is obviously better, but I'm sure you're not in the back room like all getting together and saying, yes, we're so glad places are closing, because that's not good. But on the other hand, when places are closing, maybe that's a sign that the market is going down. Maybe it's a sign that people are taking a $6 Uber to like Columbia Heights or Petworth, which I don't believe at all, because I think we have just as good restaurants here. So when other places are closing down, how does that make you feel?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that the good competition is very good for the business.
Yeah.
So it's not like the businesses are closing and we are happy, because that's not exactly what you want to see.
Of course.
If you have the businesses around you, especially when we are over here on the intersection, that actually brings more people. There's more traffic. So that's actually really good. If you ask me, you know, if it's kind of hard to say. There is probably a lot of factors why businesses are closing around, but I definitely think that one of the main factors is the competition and the high rents over here.
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of people they know how high the rents are, you know.
Yeah.
But they're really crazy. There is completely no difference between downtown DC than over here.
Yeah.
And this is where sometimes the people get a little bit and the clientele, they don't believe that that's the truth, but it is. So this is where it's getting a little bit scary, because the high rents, you just have to be very careful. You have to keep your cash flow, make sure that everything gets under control. And I think that for the new businesses, it can be challenging. But as you say, every single time when you see the closing businesses, you have to ask the questions. You know, is there something we have to just start, you know, watching a little bit more and be a little bit more careful with it, because, like you say, it's sure the businesses are closing every day, but you need to, you as a business owner, you need to also ask the questions: is there something what I can improve it?
Definitely, and even though you're like a quote-unquote new business, it's not really a new business model. It was wildly successful on the beach, and then you kind of just, it sounds like you took the exact same business plan and just implemented it in an even hotter market. So you're seeing some restaurants, they're opening up and then they're instantly closing 6 months later. Maybe that had to do with the product or the business model. Here you have coffee, you have brunch, and you have wine. Those are like the 3 things that people in Clarendon love the most: coffee, brunch, and wine. So clearly you're implementing a solid business plan, and it's working out for you.
Thank you.
In addition, what other sort of events do you hold in the store to keep things lively. These could be things on a weekly basis, maybe every Wednesday night there's something going on, or on a monthly basis, or it's the day after Valentine's Day, so you might see some red hearts in the background. I don't think that's a yearly decoration, that's just for a couple weeks, but what sort of events do you have?
So actually, every week we have, and actually every day we have some kind of something going on during the week. Every day we have some kind of special. Today we have a Wednesday I'm sorry, we have a wine day Wednesday, so we have a special on the bottles of wine. Very popular are Fridays over here, because what we do also, and that comes straight from me and from my heritage, I'm from Poland, and we actually have Polish Friday nights, and we serve all different Polish food over here. We make everything from scratch, from the recipes like 100 years old and more. I make most of the stuff by myself, so whatever you're gonna eat over here is just like I'm eating in my home in Poland. And those, the Fridays are extremely popular. It's really difficult sometimes to get a table. When it's warmer, when it's a beautiful weather outside, all our patio is packed.
Yeah.
And something what is also really interesting, you cannot find any other restaurant or place serving Polish food in the whole DC metro area.
Yeah, I don't think I can think of one. Certainly not in Arlington, not in Alexandria. Yeah, like you said,
yes, we are only one.
I haven't really thought about it that much, but when you think about it, so you must get a lot of Polish natives, Polish people coming in from all sorts. If there's nothing in DC, they must come from the surrounding area.
They come from all over, and just like you say, because there's absolutely no other restaurants, so we get people from all over. Sometimes even from the Baltimore. Some people are driving from like a deep Maryland, where it takes them almost 3 hours to get over here.
Wow.
In addition, we host the one of the Facebook groups, which is like the Polish Village Happy Hour group.
Okay.
And they meet here second Friday of the month, especially when during the warmer months. And this is where you can feel like you are in Poland.
Yeah.
So if you want a unique experience, please join us.
Little Warsaw. Yeah, I was wondering like how you reach out to all these Polish people if you're only doing it one night a week, but I assume you get a restaurant full of Polish people and they all have an awesome time. They're probably going to tell their buddies, and that's how it snowballs.
Yes, exactly. That's pretty much what it is. Plus social marketing, social media.
Yeah, social media.
Yeah.
Nice. What would you say the atmosphere is here usually? Because obviously it's not Polish night every single night. How would you describe the ambiance? Are people coming here to have coffee and meat, to have large meals, to just hang out? What would you say the atmosphere is?
So I definitely can tell that we are European. So if you want to just get away a little bit and you want to feel like you're on the vacation, here we go. We are here and we will accommodate you with everything. But if we talk about the clientele, we just have everybody. We are perfect for kids. Who doesn't like crepes? We have wonderful coffee. We host business meetings over here. We have the bridal showers, baby showers. We even have the wedding reception. So you name it, and we are here.
Very nice. Yeah, the first time I came here, I said I got the double espresso shot. I also had my laptop, and the place was pretty packed, so I grabbed a chair over in the corner. I didn't realize at the moment, she knows where I'm going with this, that there's a little placard on there. It says like we kindly request that there's no laptop zone, whatever. A lot of places have that. So, I was just looking around, staring at a wall, drinking a cup of coffee for 20 minutes. But super cool atmosphere. What would you say you're most proud of as a business, as a company, community outreach? At the end of the day, when you have a good day of business or a good month or a good quarter, and you reflect, with your fiance, what would you say you're most proud of?
Well, we are in the hospitality business, so every single day when I see someone who is just happy, who tells me that he had a wonderful time over here, this is something what we are really looking for, and this is something what makes our day. So if there is anything what we can improve it, we are more than they're happy to hear it about it, and we are very open-minded. But definitely the customer satisfaction, that's something what we are looking for. We have been doing this for a really, really long time, and we love our what we are doing. We're trying also hiring the people that they also love to doing. Happy people bring happy lives, so this
Certainly.
is where we are going.
Yeah, and I can tell you're passionate about it because I mean you make the food, some of the food yourself, handmade. That's pretty incredible. So for this year, it's February 2017. What's maybe one thing that is not on the menu now, or an event that you haven't done that you're looking to implement, that you're saying, hey, I've been thinking, tinkering with this, and we want to bring it to the market? What's maybe one thing that you want to work on for 2017?
So we're actually gonna do the wine club. So in 2017, that's our goal. Hopefully we're gonna launch it maybe in May. It just takes a little bit of preparation, but that's something what we try to expand. We're trying to expand more and more our wine side of business.
Very nice. Yeah, let me know when the wine club starts up. Any club where you have to drink to join, that's up my alley. All right, well, let's wrap up the video with the top 3 things that someone needs to know about Oby Lee. Think if you met someone on the street and they were leaving and you only had 3 things that they didn't know anything about Oby Lee. In 3 things, what would you tell them about the restaurant, about the business?
Well, first of all, I need to mention about the location, because sometimes it can get confused. We are exactly on the intersection of the 10th Street and Washington Blvd. Second, European. You want to feel like you're on the vacation? We are here. We're gonna make you feel like you are in Europe in 5 seconds. And the third, wine, coffee, and crepes. What else do you need in your life?
Yeah, perfect. Very nice. That's about it for myself and for Ula. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, create a productive day. Take care.